Oh, we are here. We are live. We are ready.
Hello.
I am Devin with United Black Element. I am joined by my other coordinators here, CJ and AJ, right over here on the top.
Your colleagues.
Yes, them people. Those things.
Mexican people.
People. Those-
You mean them people?
the-
Your
beautiful.
your prestigious colleagues.
Yes. And we are here for Legendary Review, episode 6.
Woo! We almost to the end. Finally.
Almost to the end. And we are joined by, of course, our co-host, Paris Ebony. What's good? What's good?
Yeah, season 1. Yeah.
And season 1 winner, Tori Balmain in the house.
Hello.
Blame it on production.
Okay, you know what? I know what that means. Y'all not finna strike me. I've been watching all season. I've been watching y'all reviews. I know what that means.
All right, so y'all, for those of y'all that don't know, UBE exists to enable young Black same-gender loving men ages 18 to 35 to fulfill their greatest potential for good. Stumbled today. So we're just creating ways for young men to come together, support each other, and all of that good old stuff. And I want to remind y'all that if y'all are in the DFW area, you can give us a call at 214-393-3700 for free HIV and syphilis testing, or if you are interested in getting on PrEP. All right, let's talk about it. So we are episode 6. It is a plastic fantastic ball. And things are getting interesting. Well, they've been interesting. I'll say that. So it's the first money ball, so that is interesting. I'm excited to see that. Girls getting some money. Maybe they're gonna perform for it.
You said maybe. You said maybe.
Well, we saw what they did. We didn't already seen it. We ain't talked about it yet, but we seen it. And so it was cute. Our judge is Amaya Scott. Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful. I'm completely here for this judge.
Okay, y'all go being too nice. Come on, let's get to it.
Okay, so let's get to the category. Let's get to the category. So category 1 is house production. Of course, they got to bring to life a toy and incorporate floor performance. That is the category. The category is floor performance. I want to remind everybody that one more time.
Is everybody listening out there?
So before we go forward, we have the 2 experienced people that have been on the show and that have done ballroom. Can you explain what you look for in a floor performance?
Yes.
So with this category, floor performance needs to be the majority of your house production. Like it needs to be the more dominant element and or thing that you highlight in your performance. Not only that, you need to also be able to connect with what type of toy it is without them having to verbally say it. So it's a whole total package that you want to look for when y'all are judging. Okay, not only that, but throughout the whole season, it's still the whole package of the production quality of its whole entirety, like uniformity. You know what I'm saying? Or they bring you something different, something that you haven't seen in previous weeks as well. But the key thing that you do want to just always touch bases on is the element and what the category specifically is calling for, which is floor performance. So if they not on the floor 50% of their performance, it needs to be a chop.
Right. So all house needs to do something. That's checkbox number 1. Checkbox number 2 is you got to be the toy, and we got to know what that toy is. And 3 is a cue. Is the floor performance predominantly in your performance? Okay, so those are the boxes we're looking for this week.
And might I also add, the commentary coming from me and Tori is very legit. If y'all go back and watch season 1, y'all will see that both our houses were more of the dominant houses when it came down to this specific house challenge. So we know what the fuck we talking about.
Qualified. So first house up were the Miyake-Muglers, and they were, what was the toy supposed? It gave me Rainbow Bright.
That's what it was.
It was Rainbow Bright.
It was Rainbow. It was real cute. The looks were over. I enjoyed those, especially Arturo's look. It was something about that purple beard with the bang. It was giving me everything I wanted. It was. I thought it was a cute performance. I thought it was a good opening. It was a really good opening. Well, consider how the night progressed. It was a good opening. It was good.
They opened up the show nice.
I liked it. I did like it.
It was the Paris thing.
I thought it was. I actually did like the Muglers. I feel like it was a different performance from what they gave us in previous balls. I expected them to kill the floor. Like their whole squad is people that I always expect the best from. You know what I'm saying? So this was nothing that they wasn't gonna be able to, execute. I feel like they definitely heard what the judges said. They feedback last week about them, being so cold and kind of like showing a different aesthetic of their house. So with this performance, it was a lot more fun.
It was
completely different from what they've done, and I enjoyed it.
Smiled the whole time. I would say that is one thing that they did, and they had us smiling too. So I think they did good, and Diego looked good with them pigtails.
What did you think, Tori?
For me, I liked the performance. When it came to those check boxes that we were saying in the beginning that we were going to check when we go through it, they got the toy. I knew the toy off the back. I mean, because Rainbow Bright they do that in my category all the time, so I vote fair. Yeah. Like that's like the number one thing in my category is Rainbow Bright. But when it got to the full performance, for me, they had a good moment for it, but it wasn't like it wasn't a super strong like moment of it, because for me I felt like they were really focused on entertaining the judges, like trying to show them like we can do a happy, we can show y'all that family thing, that they still wanted to show the critique they got last week, but also do the challenge at the same time. So but you can see that I think their main focus was more on let's show the judges that family bond, which I feel like was a better choice for them than just doing the whole floor performance thing. So in this situation, I kind of give it a pass on the whole 50% thing, because they had something to prove to the judges that possibly could have like messed them up in the long run this week. So
great commentary.
Yes. So we had the scores.
So if I had to score them, I would have gave them a 9.
Same.
I wrote a 9 as well.
Off of my critique, I would have given it an 8, because for it to be a 10, I would need them to give that more of that floor performance in it. Like yeah. But I enjoyed the performance. It was a great beautiful performance. Great job, Miyake-Mugler. No shade.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Moving along, we had the Garcons. Oh, also they didn't know their scores this week, so that was a twist. But that's something y'all were used to.
Yep. Welcome to our world. That's how we did it all season. So y'all felt one episode. Y'all felt how we felt when it came to the scores, and then we felt how y'all felt the whole season filming and doing COVID for what episode. So I guess we're even.
Okay, so next up was the Garcons, and it's like a Transformer.
I wrote Transformers. I don't know. It gave me like Transformer Hot Wheels.
They said toy car.
It's like Hot Wheels.
Toy car. Yeah, I thought Hot Wheels. They gave Transformer.
Gave Transformers.
So in that ballpark area, are we still good, or are we supposed to know exactly what it is? Because I wanted to say Transformers.
I mean, if everybody got Transformers, then they should just say that that's what it was supposed to give. Like
I mean, honestly, it was a toy car. I think what they did was they did a unique approach to the toy car. Like, hey, we're doing a car, so let's make it a Transformers type of car. That's what I'm thinking.
The reason why I think Transformers was because they started off in a motorcycle and they ended up in a Autobot. That's how I looked at it.
Yes, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That's why I wrote Transformers. but
the opening, I would say the opening, I was like, okay, let's see where this goes.
That's what I liked, and that's where it ended what I liked.
And then it didn't go nowhere. I'm so sad because y'all know I do love them. I love them.
Love Tonka down. Love them down.
I feel like this week was so not strong at all.
Yeah, for me, the beginning was great. The intro with the motorcycle and the end with the Autobot, how they flipped into it was great. Everything in the middle for me just...
I feel like because they made that one critique about Tonka, then they basically are trying to overuse Tonka in those positions.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I'm like, nobody else could do floor performance. As I didn't see anybody else really get on the floor.
But when Tonka had that one slip too, can't forget that either.
Yeah, it wasn't. The concept itself to me was like, okay, yeah,
the concept was over. The concept was very over.
It was just execution.
Yeah, if it was executed differently, it could have been tense across the board if they did it right.
Lay it on, Miss Ebony.
That was there.
And I'm so sad. Y'all. Okay, I'm done.
Come on, Miss Ebony, give it to me.
I'm waiting for that face.
Y'all go being nice.
Who's being nice?
And you know what? The thing is that knowing how the process goes, the fact that when they went in those, when they went in that recording session to where they actually was explaining to the audience what their toy was, it would have been smarter because obviously they already had that concept down to go more so. A toy car and a Transformer are two different toys. Let's just be clear. So if they did toy cars, the look and the aesthetic of the costume should have been different. Otherwise, just say, say, oh, we doing Transformers because Transformers are actual toys. You know what I'm saying? But even speaking from the beginning, remember when I told y'all the House of Garcon there is nobody on that team that walks performance. So they already at a disadvantage. Okay, you're on a show that is predominantly based around house production that you have to utilize Vogue elements. So that's why they already are kind of,
at a
disadvantage. However, it still does not lack for the fact that y'all already here, so y'all got to do what y'all got to do. I just was not impressed. This episode was really just like, why are y'all here? That's kind of like how it just gave like, oh, we just here. Yeah, it was the whole car. The whole Autobot thing was sickening, but you can't really just give that it's all credit neither because bitch, the performance was just so poor. It was piss poor. Honestly, it's like they didn't even rehearse. It was bad. I didn't like it at all.
No, I ain't gonna say they didn't rehearse because it looked like they had the steps down. I just think I think the energy of it is what was lacking for me. I think if they would have picked up their energy and they would have put a little more into it,
weren't. I don't think they were confident in what they were doing in this show. And it was too many slips for me.
It was nothing good to even talk about besides the car.
Okay, for me. This is where I'm gonna have to disagree with Paris on one aspect. Ooh. I don't mind the whole Transformer car situation because for me, it's like I think of it as being ballroom. Like, hey, it's like if the category say bring it as a car, you're not just gonna come as a car. You're gonna hey, I'm gonna be a Transformer car. Like you'll get away with that in ballroom. Let's just be clear, because especially if it looks like a car. Let's just be clear, you will get away with that in ballroom. So I looked at it more in a ballroom perspective. Like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do a toy car. But it was like, well, let's not just do any ordinary toy car. Let's just be a Transformer. And then not only was they like they were not individual toy cars. They were one toy car. You know what I'm saying? Like they made the toy car. So for me, I like that aspect. I love the storyline, but then I felt like for their performance, they got wrapped into trying to sell the story of the Transformer thing that it messed with the performance.
Yes.
And so, because while they were doing the whole Transformer thing in the back, you had Sasha and I think was Milan doing the little catwalk thing in the front.
Yeah.
And
doing the cha-cha slide.
And it really was, it wasn't strong. Like I don't feel like any part of it other than the opening original position was strong.
It was just bad. Yeah, like, and then when if y'all look at their Grand House March compared to this, this performance, that's why I say it's really no excuse. As much time as you have while you're on that set, you really supposed to be devoting your time to what you there for. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally have. I mean, they had 4 days in between shooting, whereas we had 3. 3 days, and out of them 3 days, a lot of it was occupied with filming purposes. You know what I mean? But even when you got back to the hotel room, if you serious about what you there for, you gonna put the time into what you got to do. And I just seriously feel like that product that they put on that stage, bitch, what was y'all doing that week? They wasn't doing nothing. Look like.
So do you think that do you think with the houses that were starting at the top that are now like finding their way at the bottom of their list, at the judges list, do you think that they're becoming discouraged or anything, and that's why they're coming with these lackluster performances?
Houses like what, Garcon?
Because they were at the top, weren't they?
But all of that is fake.
Next house.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I don't either.
I mean, because honestly speaking, the Garcons have never just been in the top. Like the top 3 houses have been consistent this whole season. If you really want to be technical, the Tiscis, the Muglers, and the motherfucking Arichis, no shade, have delivered when it come down to house productions. They have been consistent. Bitch, their choreo is on point. You could just tell like they put time into what they're doing. Even I don't like to put the Balenciagas in there because I feel like they are being really biased towards that house. But we'll get to that when we get to their house. But
I mean, they are next.
for those 3 houses that I named, they have honestly been they've been working, and you can tell every time they come on that stage, it's something different. Bitch, their performance quality is always there. Like, no shade. The Garcons have not been that since their Grand House March. You know what I'm saying? And probably 2 episodes in, their first 2 performances were T. And I feel like they're not utilizing their team in the way that they can be utilizing them.
I agree with that. I agree that they're not utilizing the people in the correct ways. And I think that's the problem with especially this week.
Yes.
Especially this week.
So, judges, your scores?
I give them a strong 6.
I agree.
So,
I agree with the 6.
I think for this challenge, I would have gave them a 5.
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Just because on the simple fact, I love the concept. Again, like I said, I love the concept. I love the outfits. I just feel like the story could have been told a little bit better and a more performance kind of aspect, because again, I didn't see the floor performance. And I'm going off the checkbox list that we made at the beginning of this video. Like these are the 3 things. And yeah.
Devin says 6. CJ?
I wrote a 5.
Okay.
Oh, see, yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just
it
was like a sandwich with no filling for me. There was bread on both ends, but no filling. I just didn't like in the middle.
Okay, we got the Balenciagas.
Where's Honey?
Honey is in mourning.
He's dealing with her family.
Oh my gosh,
because they definitely didn't talk about it on the show. This is second. This will be what they want y'all to think is a whole nother week. So the first week she was missing, they kind of touched base and said like, she's out for X, Y, and Z. If y'all pay attention, they didn't even mention.
They didn't say it this week at all.
They didn't say nothing about it. I'm like, so girl, where's she at? Where's she at, Tori?
She was in mourning. I'm gonna say what the story says. She was in mourning. The production showed y'all that she was in mourning, and that's what I'm gonna have to say. She's in mourning. Again, that's all I knew is that like what they said in the episode that she went, because her sister. That's all I know.
Yeah.
On honest truth, that's all I know.
She's in mourning.
However, the remaining Balenciagas were supposed to be Barbie and Ken. Right? That was they
They're
said
the Balenci dolls, they call them.
The Balenci dolls.
Barbies.
Now, I'll say the looks were cute.
Well, can I say this? Can I say this real quick, because I feel like we was really shading Honey right now, because I would really want to say her sister really did pass. His sister really did pass away in this process of them filming. So I just really want that to be known. So he really was in mourning in this time of need of what was going on, because something was really going on in his family. So I really want that to be put out, because I don't want to come off like we were up here trying to shade the situation, because something was really going on. And I don't play with.
We shading the production, because I'm trying to understand why they didn't touch. Like, it was just weird to me that the episode that he missed originally, they kind of touched on it, but then he was missing for a whole nother episode. It's like, well, y'all not gonna say, where is he still? I'm pretty sure that they know that people are wondering, like, okay, well, I didn't even expect him to not be there this episode, but seeing him not there, I was like, well, y'all not gonna talk about it? Y'all not gonna say nothing? Like, that's weird.
The flowers still.
Well, it's the Balenci dolls.
Blame it on production.
Okay.
Well, I loved it. I love the looks.
Yeah, the looks were cute. I feel like Khalik, to me, the Khalik's look was the best look of them all. Khalik
I like the
Jupiter's
like no shade.
I did too.
I like the Jupiter's hair. His hair was like a little blonde, little swoop.
Y'all know I love every second.
You what?
Let me hold on. I don't think you heard me. I said I love every second.
That's your house.
So you hashtag team. You hashtag team Aga. I see.
Yeah, you will see they real bias up here, girl.
Okay.
Oh, you hashtag team. Well, you're not gonna like what I have to say next, then.
Okay.
Just keep what you said first, okay? You already said it.
No, but for me, the Balenciaga did a great job. I loved the way how Shannon came out. She was like, "You want something with these?" Whatever she did with her bread, that was cute. The moment was cute. I just felt like it was just missing something, because I was waiting. What I think it was, I was waiting for Shannon to do something. I was waiting for her to do something, because she was in the back and she was like, she started it off. And then the kids went out there, they did the floor performance and stuff, and they did their thing, and she just hopped in the car and rolled up and said, I told y'all I was pretty. And I was like, I was waiting for you to boom, 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 or do something. Like, I was just waiting for her to just like come and just take over, like within the storyline. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is where the mediocrity of judging comes in that I don't fucking like. At the end of the day, I said this from the jump. The August was gonna definitely give you very much the live ends where you got a team of talented people, but the mother is only she can only do but so much, and it's like y'all still have to judge it accordingly. Y'all have all these other houses like the house of Tisci where you got Gia doing the shit with her kids. You know what I'm saying? The Arichis with Amari and Gillette doing shit with their kids. You know what I mean? Even Stasha is attempting to do something, but the fact that not only were they missing a member, but the mother literally sat there and did nothing the whole performance, and y'all didn't touch on that at all. And this is a house production. No, it irritates me that they are getting so much praise, but girl, they it's so much to dissect and depict from them, and nobody's talking about it. Girl, I want to see Shannon do something at this point.
So can Shannon vogue at all? Does she know how to do that?
She made that very clear. She said she do not dance.
Yeah, she did say that.
She did do Duck Walk one episode though, and I thought the performance was cute that week.
I didn't know if previously outside of Legendary, if Mother did anything else, if she,
No, she wants face in the scene.
It's just for me for this performance. I was expecting her to come from that box because how she was sitting back in that box, and then next thing you know, the camera panned away. When the camera came back, she wasn't there anymore, and then she was in the car, and then we saw the whole process of her walking downstairs, get in the car, drive the car to the middle of the stage, and then it was like, "Hi, I told y'all I was like." She said something like, "I told y'all I was pretty," or something of that nature.
I was perfect.
Like, yeah, and I was waiting for her to just come in and just like storm through, like just doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? She didn't even have to come in Vogue. Like, I was just waiting for that moment with her because I felt like that what was coming. I was anticipating that.
Yeah, it's like her being in the box. It's like, you know, like you said, building anticipation. Like my the theater and stuff that they always told us, like, for example, on stage, don't leave a door open because people will keep looking at the door expecting something, and that's kind of how I kind of felt like I was expecting something to happen, and it never really happens. So.
Because I think if she would have just like came out and boom, it would have took. Because again, I said the performance was a good performance, but it was just missing that one moment of anticipation that I had because I was expecting her to just storm. Like I was expecting her to just like I don't know what she was about to do. I just expected her to just boom. I just expected her to just come. I don't know. I don't care if it was a runway walk or something. I just expected her to just come out and just like when she had that moment with the lights, like how she had that moment with the lights, and she was like I was expecting just her to have that moment or something similar to that, and that's all.
But I will say the floor performance from the other three, I did enjoy.
Yeah, I did enjoy their performance.
It was all right. Tory face.
Yeah, what I actually like the floor performance. I think they did floor performance because they actually was doing their thing and then they spent a majority of the time on the floor. I like that.
Yeah, it was just the anticipation of her doing something that kind of like it kept drawing my attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For that, that's why I say for anticipation, I will have to probably for the anticipation factor for me, it probably would have been a 7. Because that 8, 9, 10 would have been like, oh.
I gave it a 7 as well.
I would have gave it a 5.
I gave him an 8.
I gave it a 7. Because I did like the looks. I did see the floor performance. So like, you know, I got the toy. So I was like, the boxes were checked. So, you know, it was just my attention in the overall performance.
It wasn't a house production to me because Shannon didn't do nothing. So it's a 5.
She drove the car.
Girl, that's not nothing. Anybody could drive a car.
It's a kid car.
Y'all being too nice. They've been getting good scores all season. They can get a 5. The fuck?
I'm not about to play with y'all.
After the Balenciagas were the Tiscis.
Yeah.
And baby.
Carrie.
That's a 10.
This was the first 10 to me. If it was a judge's panel and they was able to get their score, this would have been the first 10 night. It's the night. They killed it from opening to closing. It was a production. It was a house production.
It was a production.
It was.
Family was everything.
What I appreciate about the Tisci tell a story, and when they tell that story, they make sure that they movements is involved in the story. They make sure whatever they do when it comes to the formation or whatever is a part of it. So if their floor performance was like floor performance, but like Army Man style, they was doing crawls and worms and like it was floor performance still. And so that's what I appreciated them because like they chewed it for me, and it's nothing.
Yeah, I was
And then we jumped into the gun at the end and shot him down.
Right, the cannon.
It was it was
everything.
But see, that's the benefit. That's the benefit when you have dancers like Stanley and Dro and Gia and them who are like they're professional, like especially like Dro and Stanley, and these are professional dancers that dance professionally, and so they're around this creative mindset. So when they put dances together and they put performances together, you can see it in this, just like with Amari and Arichi, like you can see that creative mindset. Like go, like I don't like. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah,
He did amazing.
They're so consistent. I love it.
So yeah, so if it wasn't clear, they were the toy soldiers. They were. It was very clear. That was checked. Obvious. The floor performance was everything. We said that, and the way they incorporated their toy into the performance, like you said, everything.
And let's just be clear again. When it's calling for an all-house production, what y'all see from the Tisci is an all-house production, where everybody in the house is contributing to the product of the performance. Nobody is just sitting there not doing nothing. That is an all-house production.
What I appreciate about that floor performance is that like some people could have just like what some houses did, they allowed that one person to shine and do floor performance. Tisci did that. They let Stanley come out there. They let Stanley go out there and do his thing on the floor.
But they still had their moments together.
They still had that moment together, and I appreciated that because they were.
Can't hear you.
You went on mute.
Can you hear me? I had a phone. Somebody called me, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I appreciate the fact that they was like, because they could have just said, "No, what Stanley's good enough," because that's what other houses could have done. Because their performance was good enough just for Stanley to do his thing. They didn't have to do that. But they went the extra mile and said, "You know what? We ain't just gonna do that. We gonna do all of us on the floor at the same time." Mother, all the kids on the floor just doing it was. And Gia's not a vulgar either. She's a runway girl. She's legendary runway. So it's
doable.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Gia, she be out there. She doing
Love
they all are. Tisci's are fucking them up. Like they gonna have to actually have a horrible week for any of these houses to catch up for me at this juncture. Cause it's been every week. Like they have not had the most consistent at this point. So we ain't got no. I think that's obvious what our scores are.
Yes,
I think it's tens across. Tens across.
Pairs. Yes.
One of the judges gave him a 9 apparently, but I don't know who. But I would have gave him a 10.
Right. One of the judges
gave him a 9.
It was probably Law.
Probably Peter.
It was probably Law.
So, Victorians of Paris, how do y'all feel about Amaya? Her scores and her critiques and everything. Well, can't say scores, but her critiques.
Girl, when I tell you, let me tell you what. See, Tori can't really be. I'm gonna tell you what Tori wanted to say. So, season 1, when we got to Tower Hotel, and Tori can tell you, I'm not lying about what I'm about to tell y'all. I remember us going to our very first meeting before we even started filming and everything like that, and everybody was talking about the feedback from the ballroom community about certain people not being asked to come and judge. Now, Amaya in particularly was one of these people who bashed the show because she wasn't offered a seat at the table, right? So ironically, here you are, you have this opportunity to come and sit at the table, and what did you do besides sit there and look pretty? You know what I'm saying? Like, she offered no insight. It was the same critique the whole time. I love it.
I said that.
I love it. Girl, you are from ballroom. Literally.
Now, Tori, can you comment on that or no?
Can y'all sum up? I'm sorry, I had to answer that phone call because one of my brothers was performing at a club tonight and he needed something from me. So I'm sorry. Can you just y'all talk about Amaya Scott? What was the?
How did you feel about?
How do you feel about her judging?
Her critiques. What she gave.
Again, this is what I can say. When y'all watch judges judge, y'all don't get to. When y'all see it on TV, y'all don't get to see everything the judges say. The judges actually each talk for like a minute, 2 minutes, sometimes 3, 4. Sometimes they go back and forth. Like y'all don't see the whole thing that you say. Like the production, blaming on production, takes that one moment that they want you to see. You know what I'm saying, or how they want each judge to be portrayed. You know, this is the Simon Cowell. This is the Paula Abdul. Like, you know what I'm saying, like how like they want each judge to portray. So for me, do I feel like she was too nice? Yes, because she is born, and I think that's going to be way fiercer and more strict as judge on panel. You know what I'm saying? So to see her be a little bit lenient on TV with certain things, I know she probably would have like, utilized a ballroom on the floor. It takes you back a little bit because on that aspect, I have to agree with the Paris. Like when you see people in ballroom who are on a stature like that, and you see them judge one way on TV, then you see them like judge one way in the show. Like, I mean, in real life, it's kind of hard. So it's a little bit different. But then again, this is not ballroom. This show is not ballroom. This is a ballroom-based reality competition show. So there's going to be aspects of a competition show that you see in other shows, and then there's going to be the ballroom aspect, which is the theme of the competition show. So that's why I need people to understand about this first, looking into it. So when the judges are critiquing, they're not always going to critique ballroom. So that's what I had to put in my head. Like a lot of times, it's not always going to be ballroom. Sometimes it has to be on also a competition standpoint as well, and another like. Because again, the viewers that are watching the show don't completely understand ballroom because they're seeing these glitz and pieces from what they see on Pose, what they see on clips on YouTube, what they see from season 1 and season 2 of Legendary, and so on and so on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's the next house?
A last house.
Our last house up was the Orichis, and they were the marionette puppets.
Give Pinocchio tease.
Let me say something before we move on to. Shout out to whoever the motherfucking hair team and makeup team of this season is, bitch. Because no shade, I feel a type of way because girl, it's like season 1 they just put us in anything and they had us in a lot of any type of ways. But bitch, they have been giving y'all looks this season. Bitch, the makeup is impeccable. The motherfucking hair is slaying. Like, bitch.
Well, they in LA, girl. What did you expect? I knew when they said that they were filming season 2 in LA, I knew everything was going to be a step up because everything in LA is more accessible than it was for us being in Stamford, Connecticut, and having to film a show that's ballroom based and how we have to shoot it. Like out here in LA, they could go to the alley, they could go right down the street to Beverly Center, they could go to Rodeo Drive. It's so many showrooms pulled from. It's designers living down the street from the studio. You might be filming that could just drop the clothes off and tomorrow morning. Like it's just so much. Like it's like with our outfits from episode 1, they got our customized from Marco, who's in Hollywood. That's like 15 minutes away from the set. So it's like it's just they have more connections. So I knew it was gonna eat.
Yes, because Gillette's makeup, all of their makeup, but Gillette's makeup with the mouth. It was everything.
This is another one that it was cute, but I expected more because
I agree with that. I
expect more because when I look at the things, I look at it as something similar to how our Circus Berserkers was. You had this master that was puppeteering a group of people to do something, and I felt like that's what Gillette was doing, just like Calypso was puppeteering our circus and yada yada yada. So I was just expecting like a huge like
moment.
Something. Yeah, a huge moment.
Yeah, they definitely took a step down for me from last week, but nonetheless, I was, they have great choreography. They have been having
entertaining
great choreography on the floor. I feel like the music too plays a part in the delivery of their production. It wasn't really exciting for them. But overall, I wouldn't have put them like dead at the bottom, but definitely was a step down from last week.
Yeah,
but it was also, but the thing was, even if it was a step down, it was still an entertaining piece.
It was entertaining.
It was very entertaining, even though it was like oh, I expected y'all to really like do a little bit more with it. It was very entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree as well.
And they had a lot of floor.
Yeah,
they had a lot of floor. I
liked their floor performance too. It was different, and I like the fact that they did the same doing what they did as far as performance. Like the fact they had the lines intermerging, and it was sickening to me. I like their floor piece.
Yeah. See, they're another house that actually did the challenge. Like I still feel like they hit every check mark on the box. Again, it was just an anticipation thing, how it was with the Balenciagas. Like you anticipated something to go down, and it just was like, oh, okay, well, it didn't happen, but it was cute though.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's exactly how I felt, actually. So, judges, your scores?
I would have gave him a strong 8.
8.
Okay, Nick. I think, you know what? I said 7, between 7 and 8, about 7 or 8. Yeah.
I gave it 8. I gave it 8 too. We agreed today.
I gave it 7.
A 7.
I definitely gave it 8.
Okay, 7s, 8s. They final score was a 39, so that's. I mean, out of 5 people.
So far, who would be in the bottom right now?
So far, bottom is Garcon. They had 34 points.
Orichi had, yeah.
And then Orichi was in second to last place with 39.
All right, now we got to move to the categories, the bonus points.
Ooh, now this is where
They didn't give bonus points this week. And so that was another thing that, like, with the scores, I'm like, the other categories just don't count.
Well, they did
because each category had coins based to it.
Right. It was
Yeah.
whoever won the most money would
Okay, got it.
house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was money.
The all house production was worth $15,000. So whoever won first in that category had 15 already, but they just didn't know that they had that. Now at the next category was what, 10,000 or 5? I think the first category was 5.
It was 5.
Yeah, it was 5. And was it hand performance or what was it?
No, it was duck walk.
It was synchronized. It was the first synchronized runway.
Synchronized runway. Yeah, I got ahead of ourselves.
Right. So let me go on and for all the viewers that's paying attention, I want y'all to keep this in the back of y'all head when we move to this category. So how this is set up is, and see, this is where it gets tricky as a contestant on the show.
Balmain's on episode 2.
you have to be very smart about how you place people right here, because this will fuck you up. So everybody on your team has to walk a category. Nobody can walk both. So in some of their decision, right? In some of their decision making, I feel like, girl, why would y'all substitute this person to do that versus that person doing that? But keep that in mind. So only 3 people had to walk. Either 3 people had to walk runway, and whoever the last 2 people automatically are going to walk duck walk, or you can have 2 people walk runway, and then the other 3 people have to walk duck walk. However you want to do it, you have to be very strategic about how you set up these teams. So remember that and keep that in mind.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Keep that in mind. So European runway as a unit, like you said, 2 or 3 members on either category. So first up, we had, it was Mugler, and it was Arturo and Malik.
Arturo got the shot.
Yeah,
Arturo,
the step was off. It was off. He was
a step behind.
I was like, damn, Arturo, you know that.
And I was mad, and I was really mad because I loved the way his bang was blowing in the wind. I was here for it, and I was like, damn, you fucked up.
Fucked up.
I was like, what? But okay, so they got chopped, and then we had
the Garcon,
Egypt, Tonka, and Stasha.
Oh, they messed up on the back.
So remember what I was telling y'all about how they set up the team. This is one of the teams I feel like they should have did something different. I felt like,
well, what were they gonna do?
I feel like they should have put Eugene
on duck walk
and put Milan.
Well, I don't know. Well, because the 2 that did duck walk, I completely agreed with. So,
but I feel like they needed a stronger runway squad.
I mean, I feel like that was the squad they had, and I don't think Eugene was the one that messed up.
It was definitely Stasha, but
and Tonka.
Yeah.
I was surprised because that's Tonka's category. Big boy.
It was it was the synchronization that throws people off. Like, people overthink the synchronization. At this point, you need to know where your starting point is and know what your step is and just go. Because you can't look over and think about what the next person finna do.
Well, I think where the Paris is going off of is because when runway is your category, you ain't new to doing synchronized anything, especially when you walk runway, because it's something that happens within the category. You might not say Runway, tag team Runway. A lot of the times, tag team Runway is going to come out in a synchronized pump. Like, and sometimes the category calls for y'all to come out synchronized in a synchronized look. So it's not new to the category. So I understand where Zaparis is coming from in a ballroom aspect. So I think for Zaparis, she was just expecting for that to be his category, for him to not be the one that was messing up. You know what I'm saying? He should have been the one that was leading the pack instead. That's what I'm thinking she's saying.
Yeah. And mind you, if y'all wanted to be strategic about it, I would have put Tonka on the end by the judges and had them walk in a straight line to where it's covering up.
You can't even see them.
You know what I'm saying? It's about being smart. It's about be smart.
I mean, I guess you got to use what you got to get what you want.
That would have been a smart one. Now that Zaparis put it,
you put it like that. I mean,
for me, that would have been smart, because the thing is, like, when the camera was facing in front view, I think that's the part that probably went over people's head or went over their head. You have to remember, like, we're about to be looking at y'all dead on. So it's like seeing Tonka, seeing Stasha, and then who was it, Milan?
Eugene.
Yeah.
That was actually one of the ball main strategies that we utilized during our whole season. If you look at certain like if certain people couldn't get your choreography, you would never go next to the judges. You will be on the opposite side because the judges are on this side, so they're going to see everything that is on this side. So that was actually one of our strategies when it came to our routine is we will all sit back and say, who's doing this part better when it comes down to being on this? Well, since you're doing it better, you're going to be on the outside when it comes to facing the judges, because if you mess up, again, like you mess up in rehearsal, the judges might not see it. So that's actually a strategy that we utilize.
So with the synchronized walk, though, like, do they give y'all or do they give them the beat ahead of time so they know what they're walking to?
Yes.
And for our season, they did. For this, I wouldn't be able to say because I wasn't like in a room or nothing.
Damn.
But for our season, they did.
I'm sure that they did.
Damn.
Follow me.
Okay, follow me. Yeah.
Okay. So they did get chopped, and then came. Oh, and then also, was it the Balenciagas used their superior stuff from last week to not get chopped?
That shit was choppy on.
Yeah, they would have gotten chopped if they didn't have that. I would have chopped them.
The walk was really fast. I was so lost with the walk. It was so fast. I was like,
yeah, it was.
I think they did it because like they're like, well, we can't get chopped anyway, so fuck it.
Right.
No. I mean, that's the moment to do it. That's the moment to put the.
So we're just gonna walk straight down here and walk straight back. Okay. And then so they made it through. Of course, they couldn't get chopped. And then we had Gillette, and who walked with Gillette?
It was three. It was it was Gillette and
Karma.
It was only two.
It was only two.
It was only two. It was Gillette and Karma.
Karma, yeah.
Last. Tisci went before them.
Oh yeah, Tisci went first.
Okay, and that was Gia, Stanley, and.
But see, they were smart. See, what they did was, from us looking at it, they was a little bit off, but it was passable because Gia was on the closer side to where the judges eating it up, so it took the focus off of what was going on. So everybody was on Gia. So no matter what happened, the focus was on Gia.
I Thor, you saw what I saw.
Did they get 10s? I thought they got chops.
No, they got 10s. They made it through. They got 10s. They got 10s. And then so Gillette and Karma got through. They got their 10s. And so 3 people made it through. 3 houses made it through. It was Balenci, Orichi, and Tisci. So it was Gillette and Cha-Cha. Mm-hmm. And Cha-Cha won that battle.
This is where I feel like it was. This is where I feel like the Tri-Nation happened, and I'm gonna just keep it on the book.
Okay.
Because let's keep it a buck. Final battle should have been Gillette versus Gia.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, Cha-Cha was like they said attitude, but Gillette walked. She stepped. Okay.
And I'm not just saying this because of the legendary category, but let's just say they was pumping. And I just and the only reason I'm saying this is because I felt like Cha-Cha's outfit, probably the box or whatever she was in, I don't feel like she could walk in that. She was giving like one of those kind of like Betty Boop walks that you see Betty Boop do, like really quick in the heels, like she click 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 click, and she didn't. I don't think he had the actual like space to actually pump and give you a stride like you needed to do, and that's the reason why I felt like it should have been Gillette versus Gia in the end.
Okay. Well, then we had Cha-Cha and Gia instead, unfortunately, according to Tori. And Cha-Cha still came out with that one too. How we feel? No? You think Gia should have took that too?
The food!
Gia should have took that. When Gia sprayed her, take it away from me.
That was it. And I was like, how did she not?
and even not that, she just walk.
She's
even if you take out the spray, the walk. And again, I'm not saying this because she's legendary in the category, but they showed on that same why they're legendary in that category, and it didn't like it. But you see, let me shut up.
So Paris, how we feel about the second category?
What was that category? Duck walk?
No, we still talking about Runway.
That's the first category. Oh, and that's the second category, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
You good?
Are we talking about the first category or the second one?
We talking about.
Huh?
He's talking about Gia versus Cha-Cha.
I didn't see. I didn't understand how Cha-Cha won.
You didn't see it?
No.
Well, she did, and she took home how much money? How much was that?
$5,000.
$5,000 for Balenciaga. And then category 3 is Team Duck Walk.
Wait a minute, which three judges voted for her? Was it Law, Jamila, and who else? And was it a guest judge as well?
Yeah.
Okay. No, it wasn't the guest judge. It was Megan. I think Amaya and Leomi voted for. I don't know. I'll watch it back.
Yeah, I don't remember who voted for who.
I can't. Yeah, I didn't write that down.
So Team Duck Walk. What is a good duck walk, y'all? What would y'all say a good duck walk is? Like what we looking for?
You looking for what you got from Omari now? We looking for what you got from the Tisci. You looking for what you got from who else was good? That was about it.
Oh,
God. And no, shout out honestly the Garcons too, mind you. But see, that's why I say it's a win-lose type of situation because I gotta give respect to Milan because even though Runway is her category, she ate that duck walk. She ate that duck walk category.
She did. Okay, the Muglers came out first with Tisci, Prince, and Diego.
No, not the Muglers.
No, not. I was like, I thought I liked it.
I turned real quick. I said, "What?" She chopping the Muglers.
I was like, no.
I like they duck walk. It's cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
So it was tens. It was real cute. And then it was Savion and Milan. I really enjoyed theirs.
Yes, I liked the theirs.
Theirs was real cute. And then Jupiter and
one fucking chop. If they couldn't get chopped for that first one, girl, I knew they couldn't wait to chop their ass for that. And I was really gagging because I'm like,
it was a mess.
This is what I'm talking
but
about.
But the judges did chop them though, correct?
They did.
They chopped the fuck out of them.
They got chopped.
Did they get chopped across the board?
No, they got chopped. And then we had Simone and Dre, the Tiscis. They ate.
Yeah. I say every week it's that damn Simone.
She did it.
Damn Simone.
And then Omari, Allure, and Remy, they were the best ones. Remy fucked that up.
That was like
it was everything. It was everything.
Yeah, I lived for it. I loved it.
So the only house to get chopped was the Balenciagas. which y'all say was deserved, huh?
Yes.
If Honey was there, I feel like that would have been Honey's category. They would have utilized her. Yeah,
Definitely.
I think they would have did that. Like, how many people did that? When it was 3. I think that if Honey was there,
it was only
did
2.
That way. It was 2.
It was only 2. They would have just added her. I think they just.
No, I think they would. I think they would have pushed somebody over to the runway and did just Honey, and just did Honey and one other person.
That makes sense.
Strategic.
That makes sense. So battles, we had Omari against Simone, and Simone came out with that.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be Simone, baby.
I did too.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say is
that was the battle though. That was a good battle.
You can tell that she wasn't tied to her final battle. Like, and there's no shade.
What I will say is.
Come on, Paris.
It was cute for the first battle.
I will say, because I know where you're going to Paris. I know.
Again, our commentaries can only be based off of what they allow us to see. I get the fact that it's probably was other stuff that took place during that duration, but to me, if they know in their season, because they didn't do it like that in our season, and in our season when we got down to the battle round, it was the first 2 people paired up, then the next 2 people paired up, and then whoever won battle. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this one, they're doing a process of elimination where if you win, you stay, you keep going. So if you know that, the whole thing, and with being a performance person, the way I train my mental to be when it comes down to stuff like that is you don't want to be repetitive. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give everything in your first battle because you got to go do this 3 more times. And to me, it was like, yes, in her first duck walk, bitch, sickening. But throughout the rest of the battle, it was the same thing over and over. I'm like, well, how y'all keep picking her? Bitch, and these is fresh people coming out giving you different, you know what I'm saying? Just being fair about the situation, like not taking anything from her because her duck walk is sickening, but
it was like repeat that right leg.
Yeah. It was just like,
yeah, that process of elimination though sucks. I was like, I know she tired.
I knew she was tired too.
I was like, that's brutal.
This is why I feel like she was getting a final vote, because I'm thinking I'm gonna take it ballroom, baby. I'm gonna take it ballroom for a second to Paris. It's been plenty of times where we have arguments where you will see a girl come into a category, right? And she will sweep the floor category. The girl get no breaks. She get nothing. She is sweeping the girls in the process of elimination. And then she gets to, then she finally gets to this final battle. And she tired. Everybody knows she's tired. But here comes this girl who's been sitting down
the whole time.
The whole time coming in and super up. And then then everybody's mad and they're going, y'all judges tried it because y'all let this girl win over this girl that was tired. She was just battled by 4 girls. She's tired, and y'all let this girl. That was not fair. And I feel like in this moment, the girl was tired. Like, they went back to back, and like they were making them both. They were making them duck walk for a long time. And so I took that into consideration. Like, they was making them duck walk for a very long time. That's for the whole element. You can't catwalk. You can't spin and dip. You can't get up to recuperate. No, that was a duck walk for the whole time. Like, tell me how you can sit there and duck walk for that long amount of time. Not a lot of people in ballroom. That's why I'm glad they highlighted Cassandra, because Cassandra was one of those people who duck walks down.
Yeah, but you want to know the difference between Cassandra, bitch? Cassandra would have pulled 1,000 duck walk combinations out on your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. I don't want to see the same duck walk.
I mean, Simone swept the floor and won her house $10,000. So Tisci's took that home. And they ended up as Superior House. Did the judges get it right this week? They didn't
really get it right. I didn't like the fact that they shared the top 2 with their house with the Agas. That was the fucking fool.
What?
In my opinion, I don't be understanding.
Who should have been top 2? You think
they won
Mugler and Tisci?
I think the top 2 for me this week would have been Tisci and Tisci and Mugler would have definitely been my top 2.
Yeah, for me, I think it would have been the same thing. I don't think I would have had a Ricci in 4th place. I think I would have had it being Tisci Mugler or Richie Aga Garcon.
Exactly. That for me too.
I could agree with that list, Tori. As much as a Balenciaga fan as I am, I would agree with that list right there.
That would have been my personal structured list.
Okay. So nobody went home this week.
Who would y'all have sent home this week?
I'm so happy because my babies was in last place.
Nah, I would have said the Garcons would have went home this week.
I know.
I feel like based on our criteria, who said if in the final, I think since the Garcons don't really have many Voguers, I think it would have been Aga maybe because Balenciaga has a house like a team full of Voguers. Like they could have sent out with Honey, even Honey not being there, they sent out Jupiter. They could have sent out Khalik. They could have sent out, you know what I'm saying, and could have won that. But if you base it off of what was going on, Richie versus Garcon, I think it's still probably been the same vote because
with an 8,
Richie vote.
They all vote. So I mean,
Garcons would have
can. Yeah.
Because I'm like, great.
I mean, like with the Garcons, like who would they send out to battle? Eugene?
Milan.
Oh, yeah. You right. You right. Okay, well, I mean, next week things look like they get interesting.
I feel like next week social media they have to shut Facebook down because there's gonna be some angry people next week.
Oh, I want to come back next week. Oh,
well, we would love to have you.
But no, Tori, how has everything been since winning? You know, we want to know
production.
We want to know. Look, we want to know.
Someone
check clear. Did the check clear?
Oh, baby, the check did clear. It was deposited in right after the finale episode. Well, we didn't get the checks until after the finale episode aired. We got checks in the mail probably like first class mail within like 3 days after the first episode, like the final episode aired. After that, we was in COVID, so I couldn't really do nothing. But I did celebrate my birthday in a grand way. I did have a great time for my birthday, which is in August. All the gigs that we had got canceled because of COVID. Stuff is actually picking back up. You know, I've been doing a couple more things, been doing a lot of gigs and started performing back around LA.
I see that.
Yes, I actually got to be on set tonight. I actually supposed to be on set at 7, but they pushed it back to 10 o'clock, so it's a night shoot today. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm kind of like I haven't had to like not trying to like say it in a bad way, but I haven't had to clock in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I've been happy to do what I wanted to do, and that's fun. And I feel like everybody is trying to get to that point in life where they feel like they don't have to clock in. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't where what I want to be yet. And I know there's a long journey ahead of me. I know there's still goals that I still want to reach within my career of being an entertainer. And so I just feel like it's like endless from this point on. Like, you know.
I'm so happy. Keep doing your thing. You know, we friends. We gonna keep looking out for you. We'll see you next week. We'll see you next week. We're gonna have you back.
Where are you located right now, Tori?
You said what?
I said, where are you located right now?
Oh, I live in Los Angeles. That's my born and raised. So that's where I'm staying. That's where I live. I don't think I will ever move out of Los Angeles, California in no time yet. I feel like I won't move until I retire. And if I retire, I'll be moving to Atlanta, Georgia, because I love Atlanta. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So I want to thank you for joining us. Of course, it's been wonderful talking with you. And this episode was cute. It was cute. I'm excited for next week. We're gonna keep it pushing. We moving closer and closer to the end, and we're gonna see who's gonna win. So who you got, Tori? Who's your house? Who's the house to beat?
I can't say nothing.
Oh, you can't say nothing. You right.
Girl, how you can't
Who
say
do you want? Who do you want, Tori?
Oh, okay. My team. Okay, I am team. I mean, I was team Lux because they were the underdogs, and I felt like they had a lot of potential in them. But of course, they're gone. And I'm team Orichi and team Tisci. And it's not shade.
Can I be a Tisciaga?
No.
Not a TPI.
A Taga.
All right, y'all. I want to remind everybody that if they are in the DFW area, give us a call for free HIV testing or to inquire about PrEP. That number is 214-393-3700. Give us a call. We're going to get you in, get you tested, make sure everything is good. So I just, again, thank everybody for joining. Thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody for sharing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. And we will be back next week. We'll see y'all later.
See y'all.
Bye.